I'm here with a real live beauty pageant winner, beautiful
Good
young
morning.
lady. Good morning. Miss Texas Latina,
Yes.
Kathleen Navarro.
Yes.
What a journey this has been for you.
Oh, definitely.
Oh
Definitely.
my gosh. Well, you're a beautiful young lady.
Thank you
There's
so
so many
much.
things I want to ask you about, starting from a little girl.
Okay.
So many little girls have a dream of being a beauty queen.
No, definitely. Yeah. Honestly, I grew up loving Cinderella, but I never saw myself as a beauty queen or as a princess. I just kind of identified with the side of her that was like at home helping around the house, because it was only my mom and my brother and sister and I. So it was me and my mom. We were like kind of sidekicks and I was her helper. So I always felt like, wow, that's kind of me. Like looking at Cinderella, that was kind of me, because I was at home, I was helping, but I wanted this kind of fairy tale where I could wear pretty dresses and, go out and have a good time and represent a big community. And now I'm representing the Latina community. And I'm just so grateful that it's come this far.
Isn't that incredible? Okay, so when you're a little girl and you have these urges inside and you know that there's possibly something bigger and better out there, what was it? And when I interview our Houston women, I mean, so many incredibly motivated, inspiring women who have endless energy, but there's always something inside that drives them. So you see Cinderella, you see her beautiful, her fairy godmother and everything. What was inside of you, you think, that helped drive you to do something that's pretty historical?
Honestly, I just think it was watching my mom do it all on her own. Like I never say, oh, I'm self-made, because I'm not. I'm self-made with a lot of my mom's help. So I watched her. She got her MBA, and that's one of my goals, is to get my MBA. And I just saw her, and I saw her struggle, but she did it so gracefully. So whenever I would see her, I was like, wow, I want to be a powerful woman just like that.
Okay, let's talk about your mom now. First of all, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Jacinto City, which is like a small little town right outside of downtown. Yeah, it's like Little Mexico.
Yeah. I live in Little Mexico. I'm in the East End, and I absolutely adore it.
So you're not
there.
far from where we are.
Absolutely adore it. It just makes me so comfortable and peaceful, and we've got great neighbors, and I just love it. I went from the woodlands, made it into the city. My son got me there, and I would never leave. I just absence the architecture, and it's just, and the food, everything,
I
right?
love
the
it.
culture. So mom is there working hard, and you're watching, and you have a sister and brother, you said?
Yes.
Where are you in the birth lineup? I'm always interested.
I'm the
in
middle
that.
child.
Oh, you're the middle child,
Yes.
so you had to be noticed.
Oh, yes.
Right?
I have middle child syndrome for sure.
Me too. That's why I'm in radio.
Yes, so we can relate.
Together.
Yes.
So you're watching your mom, and it's a single mom and 3 kids. And what did she get her MBA in? What was she studying?
She studied business. So now she works for Shell. She manages contracts for Shell. And she just came back from Malaysia last week. She's just traveling all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm 40 and I feel amazing. And I'm like, good for you, because my mom had us really young. Yeah. So we were just kind of all on a journey together. Yeah. But one thing my mom always told me is, be yourself, don't change. And she pushed me to do anything that I wanted to do. So the dreams that we have, she always tests us. She's like, do you really want it? And she starts to critique a little bit, and she's like, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get haters. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. It's going to be hard. And we're kind of like, Mom. She's like, no, I need to see if you're really serious about it. Because if you are, and you can take it from me, you can take it from the rest of the world.
I love your mom.
I
we
love
have to
my
interview
mom.
your mom.
Oh, my God, I love my mom.
All right, so let's talk. I mean, I love you too, but your mom, I mean, where does she get her drive from? What was it? She must have been able to tell you, okay, I'm like this because of this.
Oh, yeah. She got it. My grandpa, he raised her. He was also a single father. He struggled as well. We're all from Monterrey, Mexico. My mom was born here. She's first generation, so I'm second generation. And she just saw kind of, the journey of coming to a different country and just building a life for yourself. So I think we all just have this resiliency in us just because of my grandparents, her grandparents. We all just kind of, it's all been passed down.
I just love that.
I love it. And I just feel like we're natural born hustlers. Like my mom, she is a hustler. She will work hard. She will grind, So I watched her and I was like, wow, that's exactly who I want to be.
Like nothing is beneath her. She's a servant and she'll do what it takes,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. And she always tells me, she's like, you're here to serve others. That's what your position is. And I absolutely agree. Like,
it's funny. I try to tell my kids that. And in this, Noe's laughing here behind the scenes. He knows my kids. But there's something about this sense of entitlement today.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's so sad because you are missing out on such blessing. By serving others, you get served. You learn so many great things about amazing people, and you feel good inside.
Oh, absolutely. Whenever I think that community service has always been a passion of mine, but only now that I've gotten to do it with the Miss Houston Latina title and now Miss Texas Latina title, I realized that it's such an impact on my life and my mental health. Because when you help others, you just feel really good. You feel like you have a purpose. So I feel like I found my purpose, and my purpose is to really serve others. So this is only the beginning of what I have planned for Houston.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about you. So you get Miss Houston Latina.
Yes.
And then you win Miss Texas Latina. Yes. We talked about your journey and your mom. How did you get to the point, like, was it in middle school, in high school, that you actually started to kind of build yourself to get to the point where you had the confidence to go for it?
Actually, it was just 2 years ago. So 2017, I started freelance modeling, and I just started posting my pictures on Instagram, and photographers started reaching out, and then I started going to these photo shoots, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this. This is something that's obtainable. Because, the dream for Hispanic household is, okay, get your degree, go get a 9-to-5, do this, do that. That's just not my personality. It works for a lot of people, but it doesn't work for me. So I was like, I want to be a model. I want to do this. I want to be in entertainment. So finally I got that push as soon as I started tasting a little bit of the success. Okay, I can do it. People are calling me to shoot with me. So then I got recruited for a pageant. I did it. I didn't place. I didn't win, but it was such a good experience.
Sure.
So then I was like, okay, I can do this again. So then I did Miss Houston Latina and I won. And I was so great. If you see videos, I am bawling on stage. Like, I am bawling and my makeup is down here. I'm like, I don't care. This is just the best moment ever.
I bet.
Yeah. So then I won Texas Latina, and it's just been a really, really great experience. Pageantry, it sounds so cliche, but it has changed my life. And I know a lot of women that it changes their lives for them.
I've heard that as well. And it is, and you can say it's a cliche, but then you really kind of do a deep dive into what these women have learned and the questions you're asked and all the things that you've got to do to prepare yourself. I mean, it's not just the way you look and your diet now. You've got talents. You've got to answer these questions on stage in front of everyone, and you don't even know what the subject matter is.
Yeah.
You try doing that. That's super hard.
No, it's really nerve-wracking. And I always tell my mom, like, I'm okay at the walk. I'm okay at the swimsuit. I'm okay at the modeling on stage. But where I really excel in is the interview and the final question on stage. Wow. Because that is just my element. I love public speaking. I love being, in front of a bunch of people and just pouring my soul out. I want you to feel me. I want you to know who I am. So I feel like that's why I've won both titles, because everything else is kind of just filler. Because there are many women who are amazing at the walk, amazing at strutting, but it's also a little bit of everything. You don't you're not amazing at one section, but you have to have a little bit of everything.
And the thing that they probably are the most intimidated with is the public speaking. It's our number one fear.
Yes.
And if you've mastered it and you actually love it, you are so far ahead in the journey of life.
Yeah, because when you're public speaking, a lot of people have the pressure that they need to be perfect. You can't, make a mistake or say something wrong. But everyone makes mistakes. Public speakers, all the same. So whenever I make a mistake or I trip on my words, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep going. You know what I mean? Because we're all human.
In the recovery.
Yeah, it's all in the recovery. And people don't notice if you keep going.
I know. You do it with confidence.
Yes.
I have to do the HPD, the Houston Police Department's cadet graduation.
Okay.
There's 70 cadets, and I've got to pronounce their names properly. And some of them, like if they come from Sweden or Hungary or Vietnam, and I've even though I've practiced with them, and the day comes and I get nervous and I stumble all over, I do it with confidence.
Yes.
They might know that I messed up their names. The audience doesn't, and you play these little games to get yourself through that moment of fear on stage. What was the question for Miss Houston Latina? Do you remember the question that you were asked?
I do. Actually, I feel like I have it memorized because I watch it all the time and I just get butterflies. The question was, what stereotype for Latina women are we facing, and what am I doing to change that stereotype? So I just talked about how in the Hispanic community, women are expected to stay home, cook for their husbands, clean, to be a caretaker, and that I was breaking that stereotype, and that my generation was breaking that stereotype because we are creators, we're doctors, we're entrepreneurs, and the crowd was just wild. I remember the video, my mom is crying.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing is that I didn't hesitate. I didn't think about it before, and I was so nervous. I was doing breathing exercises on stage, and the judges caught me because I was like, and then I was like, okay, let me do this.
Oh my goodness.
It just felt
Smart
natural.
Girl to do that, though,
oh yeah,
to do that
it looked
breathing.
a little silly, but I had to do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, it really highlighted how beautiful your face is when you when you do your breathing exercises. Okay, so you get that answer right. What was your talent? the thing that you
Oh,
have?
this pageant doesn't have a talent
No
portion.
talent?
No
Okay.
talent portion.
Oh, that's nice.
Which good, because I don't know what I would be on stage talking about. I think, okay, guys, this is how you hustle. This is how you get deals at the store. And this is how you do this. Like, I don't dance. I don't sing. I'm not musically inclined.
So you've got other ways
Yes,
of
other ways.
succeeding in life.
For sure.
All right, so you win Miss Houston Latina. Then you can move on to winning Miss Texas. What was your question?
In Miss Texas, it was a declaration. So we had to prepare a final speech on stage. In my final speech, I just spoke about my reign in Houston and how I empowered my community and that we all have a voice and we all matter. In the pageant industry, just like any other industry, there's a lot of negativity and there's a lot of kind of outside factors telling you can't do this and, your voice doesn't matter. Just be in this box that we're trying to put you in because, as a queen, they want you to be very, very perfect, very cookie cutter. Like, don't do this, don't do that. So at Texas, I spoke about how none of us are perfect, how we all have a voice and we all matter. And that really resonated with the audience.
That is just incredible. Did your mom make you write essays when you were a little girl going to school? Because
honestly,
you are
probably.
so well spoken.
Thank you. No, my mom, the thing is that as a kid, if we ever did the baby voice, she's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not going to respond to you until you speak properly.
See?
Yeah.
That was my dad.
Really?
I wasn't allowed to use any type of cliche. I come from Long Island, so I could have a very bad New York accent, but my dad made me stay, you have a very generic voice. That way you can go anywhere in the world.
Oh,
and
wow.
I know. It's like he knew these things.
It's like they knew that our path was going to end up here.
Some form of communication,
Yes.
right? So when you were Miss Houston, when you were reigning supreme in Houston, what were you doing? How were you empowering not only your community, but all over?
So basically, when I was Houston, I partnered with so many different organizations. We did Bennett's Bears, which is a organization that takes bears to the hospital for children with cancer. Wonderful. We also did just different community service events. We went to, we did so much. I can't even put my finger on it. We were just all around.
I bet you're smiling every day.
Oh, yeah.
Doing all these events.
For sure. And I would go home and my heart would be so full, And then if I wouldn't do them for a couple of weeks, I was like, okay, I need to go do an event,
Yeah.
I need to go hang out with kids. And it's crazy because I followed a lot of the parents of these children on Instagram and we still talk. They're like, could my son FaceTime you, please? You made his night. I went to Tim Tebow's Night to Shine, where they pair you with a buddy, and it's a homecoming event for them. So it's like they're at homecoming or prom. So I had a buddy. We danced all night. He proposed to me.
Oh.
Yes. And it was just the most amazing experience because I didn't even go to prom. High school wasn't a really great time for me, so I didn't go to prom. So we were all having a really good experience that night. I was in it just like they were.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So now you're representing Texas.
Yes.
And so your job is bigger? It's more expansive?
So now I can cover all of Texas. I can go anywhere in Texas. I can network anywhere in Texas. What I do is I like to partner with Texas-owned brands and local Latina businesses, and I like to promote them. I like to go to women empowerment events. I just like to always seek growth. So whatever that means, I'm there seeking growth.
Do you have someone who you tell them what your goal is and then they find places, or are you looking for these places on your own?
So I have a director. She's based in Dallas, and she helps me a lot. She mentors me. She finds events whenever I go visit her in Dallas. We actually have the Miss Dallas Latina pageant in 2 weeks. So we're recruiting girls to sign up for that, which is the preliminary to state.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she helps me with all of that. But since I'm in Houston, I kind of know the area a bit better than her. So I go with the flow. I book my own events. I found you guys. I reached out on Instagram.
You reached out to us.
I was like, have me on. So that's really how I go about it.
I love that.
Yeah, I find people that are kind of doing what I want to do, and I learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So you're going to school. You said you're
Yes.
Just in case you don't know, if you can't see, Kathleen is wearing a beautiful blue dress with her Miss Texas Latina. That is a beautiful, sparkly, blinged out ribbon that you're wearing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, the Houston one didn't have the sparkle, and then the state has a sparkle, and I'm like, oh, I just love it.
I'm just wondering why it's got Aggie's colors on it.
Are you an Aggie?
No, I'm not. I was educated in New York, but I know my husband's an Aggie, and I thought, wow, the colors are great. It looks really pretty.
No, yeah, purple is the organization's color.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Because you're going to go to school after this podcast.
Yeah, I have school at 11. I'm going to my business class, so I'm just getting that class out of the way because eventually I want to transfer to U of H for the entrepreneurship program.
That is amazing. And it's got a great program there.
Oh, yeah, I hear.
One thing you've got to read, and he's a big contributor to U of H, Tillman Fertitta's book, Shut up and listen.
Okay.
Okay? You've got to read
Tillman
it.
Fertitta.
Tillman Fertitta.
Okay, gotcha.
He's the one who donated a boatload of money to the stadium.
Okay.
And he also owns all the Landrys.
Mm-hmm.
He is big out in Galveston. And he wrote this book, and I got it, and I have shared it with my kids.
Okay.
And I'm sure your mom tells you what to read, too.
Oh, for sure. She's like, you need to be reading
So,
books.
Yes, and it's truly about, and if you are going to be getting into business, give the customer what they want within reason. I mean, there's so many great points in that book.
Okay, I'll definitely
and
read
since, yeah, and you never know, you might run across each other's path at U of H, and then you'll say, I read your book. And
I read your book.
Yes.
Invest in my company.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
What kind of company will you have, do you think?
So my long-term goal is to have a nonprofit animal sanctuary. Oh, I have this passion for animals, for dogs especially. Maybe a few months ago, I found this dog. I took him home. I lived with my mom. She's like, you can't just keep bringing dogs home, Kathleen. She's like, you can't keep bringing dogs home. She's like, they could have fleas or this. But I'm like, no, Mom, I can't leave him on the street. So then I, take him a bath. I posted him on social media. It took less than 24 hours to find him a good home.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Isn't it Lance McCullers with the Astros? He and his wife have a...
I think so.
Yeah, you need to... I'm telling you, you need to hook up with him.
Oh, my God,
You
yes.
guys could do great things together.
For sure.
He's the next person. You reach out to him.
Yes.
And you let me know what he says.
Lance McCullers, where are you?
Yes. Now, I follow you on your Instagram. It is stunning.
Thank you.
You must have more fun. Do you have a photographer? Do you have someone who gets your fashion, or is this all self-done by a very motivated young lady?
Well, I can't say it's all self-done. I have a team. I have a professional photographer in Dallas. He does all of my headshots. So his name is Hector Torres. He works with the organization. He actually sponsors the organization. And he's the pictures that you posted when I went to nationals. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know that y'all did kind of a mini segment on me.
We did. Tell me something good.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Okay. So I saw that, and y'all had pictures of me on there, and he did those professional headshots. I also work with different photographers in Houston, and they just reach out. We do different concepts.
You work with Al Torres in Houston? Have you worked with him?
Al Torres.
He's done some of my headshots. He
I
just
don't
does an
think
incredible
so,
job.
But I have to look him up.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking for new photographers to work with, because everyone has a different creative vision.
Yes.
Everyone does.
Yes. He loves taking pictures of bald women. When I shaved my head for St. Jude Children's Research
Really?
Hospital, he took the most adorable pictures.
That's
of my-
amazing.
yeah. I mean, he just did with my sunglasses and with the outfit that I wore. He was really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
When
it
did
was
you
pretty
do
good.
that?
I shaved my head for St. Jude 3 years ago.
Oh,
It
wow.
was the best thing I ever did.
Really?
And it was all because there was a little girl I met who had a brain tumor. St. Jude she's from Spring, and the miracle of it is they have this special proton therapy for children. So where an adult proton therapy would have made her have brain damage, all she lost was her vision, which is terrible, but her brain is completely fine, and she didn't lose her beautiful long blonde hair.
Amazing.
So while she went blind, I thought, well, she was feeling my hair, and I said, and I'm going to shave it for you. And I did. And so she was feeling like just peach fuzz, and it just made her smile.
Oh,
and
my
I said that
God.
this is what people do because we love you. And my hair would grow back. And she was dealing with a terrible brain tumor.
No,
so,
for sure.
And she's still great. She's doing amazing.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. St. Jude Research Hospital, Children's Research Hospital,
Okay.
another great cause for you.
Yeah, for sure.
You will love working
Oh, I
with
love
those
being
kids.
around kids.
And the thing is, they share their research for kids right here in Houston.
Okay.
They share their protocols. So although it might be in Memphis, a lot of kids from the Houston area really benefit. So
That's awesome.
But I also love dogs too. So you've got some great causes.
I just want to do everything.
How do you keep your energy level up? Do you drink a Red Bull 5-hour energy?
No energy drinks for me.
Good for you.
Because I'm already energetic.
Yeah.
So if I do coffee or energy drinks, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I just kind of try to keep a positive mind in the morning. I'm like, okay, today I set the intention for the day, because it's easy whenever you're on the go all the time to get into these highs and lows. And a lot of people don't talk about that, especially in the entertainment industry, because we're expected to be on 24/7.
Tell me.
So whenever I'm not feeling up to it and when I need to recharge my social battery, I take the day off. I sit at a coffee shop, I sit in front of my computer, and I just work on my computer. I have my headphones on, and I just kind of mentally just chill out for myself.
Good for
Because when
you.
I'm around people, I want to be 100% me. You know what I mean? I want to be 100% there. And if I'm not, like, okay, I'm just going to take the day and I'm just going to recharge.
Do you listen to Lauren Daigle?
No, I
We
don't.
play her on Sunny.
Okay.
She has this song called You Say,
Okay.
and she started out as a Christian singer, and then she's crossed over kind of like an Amy Grant. Just everyone loves her. She's very positive. We had her in the studio, and she has the same attitude. She's around people. She loves sharing her heart. She loves learning people's stories, but she also loves to take a rest.
Yes.
And she says it's so important to take a rest. So she took an entire year off.
Wow.
And I was like, I want to do that, you know?
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Me and my
yeah.
mom have talked about it. Like, I need a retreat. I need to leave for 2 weeks. She's like, okay, let's make it happen. And I'm like, no, but I have this project and this project and this project. So I push it back. And then she's like, okay, when are we going to do it? We need to set it in the calendar.
You do.
No, for sure.
You really do.
Yeah, because there's this misconception that you have to be busy all the time to be successful. But success is happiness and inner peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm constantly working towards that.
That balance.
Yeah,
they
that
say
balance.
That work-life balance,
Yes.
right? Because you could just keep going, and meanwhile, you've left all these wonderful people in the dust,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't even intend to, and you don't want to look back as an older woman and go, look at all these people I missed in my pursuit of what,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly, because the most important thing is the people that love you.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I'm not having a great day or things are going on in my career, I can call my mom and we're on the phone for an hour and she's there for me.
Yeah.
So we always have to find time for the people that we love and the people that love us.
That's so cool. Your mom's a great role model.
Oh my God, I love her. Every interview I brag about her.
You should. And many of my women have. Although there was one woman that I interviewed, Carrie Colbert. She's all about color. She's the only one I've interviewed that didn't have a good family life. She wanted to escape from her family life, and she found her joy in color.
In color.
Oil and gas worker. She has her own company or something, and then she quit that and just started working with colors. And she created the most beautiful, colorful Christmas tree.
Wow.
It's like almost a rainbow Christmas tree,
Yeah.
but there's even more colors in it.
Oh my God.
And she put it up on her social media, and people went wild for it. And I'm like, I want to do that. Why does it have to be green?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You know, she just transformed everything. She wanted to bring color and sparkle into her life.
That's beautiful.
And it brought her so much joy, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that once you find your passion and pursue it, you can bring so much happiness into your life all on your own.
The key is, though, finding your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Many young people your age have a really hard time finding their purpose. What advice would you give to them?
I would just say don't stress yourself out too much, because whenever I was 18, I graduated high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It's like, do I want to go to college? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? I didn't know. And I kind of beat myself up for it. But as soon as I let that negative mentality go and I stopped withholding myself, that passion just came to me. And I just found it, and I kind of tried different things and it just came to me. And then I was like, this is my passion. Whenever you do things and then you feel good doing them, that's a sign. Whenever you do things and there's like this alarm inside of you, like, no, I don't feel good doing this, then that's also a sign.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of friends that are kind of in that situation. They don't know their passion. And they ask me, like, how do you know what you want so early in life? Like, I might know what I want right now, but in 10 years, it could become something completely different, because we're all always changing and evolving.
Right.
So don't stress out too much about it. Just go do something productive, do positive things, and it is going to come to you.
Do you remember the first step that you took in you're in this state of stress, and then you're like, okay, I've got to do something what was it the first thing that felt good to you?
I remember exactly. I remember I got invited to do a photo shoot. And at this time, I was kind of in a dark place, and I was supposed to show up at this certain time. And 5 minutes before, I was like, I'm not going, I'm canceling, which is something that at the time I did a lot because I just did not feel good about myself.
Wow.
And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go. What do I have to lose? And I went, and that moment that I went, it changed everything. Because the day after, emails, Instagram DMs, this, that. And I was like, whoa, like, this is what happens when you take charge of your life and you stop sitting on the back and like on the sidelines and watching your life from a different perspective.
Kathleen, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
I have a friend whose son, it's the same type of thing. He was getting involved in drugs, just same age, you know, and he thought that was his way out. He just was his mind wouldn't shut down. So he was doing drugs. And then one day he just stopped. He said, I've got to get control of myself. This is not where I want to be. It doesn't make me feel good. So he stopped. And then he took a step into a day without drugs.
Yep.
He said everything that he was always dreaming about started happening that day.
Yes,
the
it's just
minute
the
he
step.
took that decision that is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's just that step that you have to take. Once you decide, decisions are not up for negotiation. And I tell myself this every day whenever I want to stray from my path. And I'm like, ooh, whenever there's temptation where I'm like, oh, I want to go out and do this, but it's not going to fulfill my purpose. And I always say decisions are not up for negotiation. Once you make that decision, you go and you do it.
Yes.
So it's that one step and that decision that I made to take charge of my life that changed everything for me.
That is beautiful. I always say, I ask our women about our daily habits because you might have this incredible goal, but if your daily habits are really bad, you're never going to achieve that goal. So what would your daily habits be from the minute you wake up?
No, get up early. Getting up early is so vital. And I'm not a morning person. You can ask my mom. I have never been a morning person ever. And lately I'm like, you need to get up early because more hours in the day is more hours to do things for yourself and for your dreams. So I get up early so that I can be on time to where I need to go. Because when you're rushing, it is the worst feeling ever. You're like, oh, my mind is here, my mind is there. So that's a really bad habit that I had to break. And I've kind of just gotten up early. I make sure that I live a healthy lifestyle. I work out more often. I don't eat junk food 6 days in a row like I used to. You know, I mean, you always splurge. You can't take everything away from yourself. So if I want a really bad meal, I will eat a really bad meal. I will eat fried chicken if I want fried chicken for breakfast.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. And people are like, "You're a beauty queen. How do you eat so much?" And I'm like, because I'm not going to deprive myself of the things that I love. You know, it's that simple. But it's a balance that you have to find.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Now, how can people find you? I want people to look at you, learn about you, and I know your Instagram is amazing.
So I'm on Instagram, Kathleen Navarro, and I also have my official page, Miss Texas Latina.
Okay, but it's Kathleen Navarro.
Yes,
like
with
there's
one
only
N.
one N.
There's only one N. Yes, Kathleen Navarro. And then Miss Texas Latina is the official page for any young women that want to get involved and they want to embark on this journey, which I always encourage young women who are scared to do a beauty pageant, who feel kind of reluctant. Just do it. You have nothing to lose.
That is because the first one you did, you didn't even place, and yet you learned so much.
I learned so much about myself. I remember, this sounds so silly, but one thing pageants taught me is smiling with my teeth. Because a year and a half ago, if you saw pictures of me, I never smiled with my teeth because I was so self-conscious about my smile. And now people are like, let's take pictures, and I smile super big with my teeth. And I feel like that's something that seems small to other people, but it has helped me with my confidence. It has helped me so much with my confidence. The fact that I'm like, okay, I'm here, let me smile. And that brings other people happiness too.
Why, if you don't mind me delving in, but I have to ask this because I've got a son who doesn't smile. Why didn't you smile?
I just thought my smile was awkward. I didn't think it was pretty. I thought I looked weird. I just kind of self-conscious about it. And then in pageants, we're always in front of the camera, always. And I was just kind of tired of looking unhappy in pictures because when you smile without your teeth, you're kind of like, okay, you know. But when you smile with your teeth, you're vibrant. You bring life to the photo. So I just learned that my smile is beautiful and I have nothing to be self-conscious about. And that's something that pageant teaches women. It doesn't have to be just your smile. It can be about your body. It can be about, you know, your inner you. Pageants taught me so much.
You are just a delight. And what's your mom's name?
Alexandra.
Well, you tell Alexandra that from one mom to another, she did such a great job.
Thank you so much.
What a joy it is to talk to you. And give out your Instagram again.
My Instagram is Kathleen Navarro with one N. Yes.
Excellent. And your beauty pageant
Miss
website?
Texas Latina.
And anyone who wants to reach out, what can they just email you?
Yeah, so I have my email on my Instagram, or you can DM. That's where I do a lot of contacts on there. So if you go on my Instagram and you want to reach out, you want to partner together, you want me at one of your community service events, I would love to be there. Reach out on Instagram, and I manage it myself. I'm always on my phone working. So you can reach out and know that I will be there.
What coffee shop might we find you at?
Oh my God, how did you know? Oh, I told you. I go to Toot Sweet on the East End.
Oh, I live in the East End. We love Toot Sweet.
Oh, I love Toot Sweet.
Yes.
I love it.
Their vegan chocolate cake to die for with a glass of milk.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite thing there.
Yeah, I went last night. I was actually there last night for a few hours catching up on homework. I had a matcha latte and a pumpkin cupcake.
I'm going to watch for you there because I love their tamales and I love their fried chicken.
Oh my God, yes.
So good.
I love Toot Sweet.
See, I knew, like minds. I just knew it. Us middle childs, you know, we're the same.
Middle childs.
Yes.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Yes, we both live on the East End.
Yes. Well, you are just excellent. I'm so glad I got to meet you. Thank you for reaching out to us, and I'm glad we responded.
No, I'm so glad that you responded. Thank you for having me.
You just made my day.
No, you made my day. I'm going to go to class way happier than usual.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
So good.